would say that it's probably a grab bag of sort of 20th century techniques, everything from Stanislavski down to, you know, animal work, whatever seems to work for that character. I've always done different things. So first thing, obviously, is starting with text work, and I read the script a number of times to just become familiar with it without trying to make decisions as I read it. More for story, like what's the journey that the audience goes on, or what journey do I want the audience to go on? And then totally try and forget about all that when you get into the rehearsal room, because for me the most important thing about working on a play is having the freedom to find moments in the rehearsal room and to be able to be free with your co-collaborators and find a moment.
Didn't you feel her passing, going back to her grave? Oh, Maul. She can rest now and sleep content. She's quits wicked.
There's a lot of challenges with this play. One of the big distinct ones is that O'Neill says it's set in 1850 New England, but he writes it in a dialect that doesn't appear to be New England at all. So one was really making the decision that in order to tell the story that it is New England, that we were going to take liberties to not necessarily use the exact phonetic sounds that he writes into the script.
But I can't figure out why. When you stole her place.
She knows I love you.
I see it.
And then the size and scope of the show, it's such a epic, kind of operatic feel to the play, and you can't do it with naturalistic acting. It's impossible, I think, personally. You know, to do this play naturalistically would be a big fat comedy. When you're performing something like this, I think you have to find whatever the honesty of that moment means to you, even if it's huge and blown up and out of proportion to the scale that we feel emotion should be scaled to. Performing on Broadway is a whole nother beast than performing in an off-Broadway theater. There's just the idea of projection and enunciation and the fact that the audience has to hear what you're saying. Sometimes as actors we get so caught up in our emotions and being true and communicating fully and being real with the other performer. There's a real technical challenge in just making sure you're understood. I think the most challenging role I've ever played might be this one. This play, I don't think, is a perfect piece of theater. It's certainly not one of his best. When you're working with a piece of material that maybe isn't as complete as it could be or as effective in its pursuit of tragedy, there's a lot more work that goes into making it an enjoyable night of theater. In terms of theater role, I would say I'm most proud of Awake and Sing, mostly because when I think of being proud of something, it's being proud of being a part of something that I feel has the desired effect on an audience. And then on a bigger scale or outside of theater, I would say The Wire is the other thing that I'm the most proud of. For the same reason, being involved in that, the canvas that David Simon has painted on that show is pretty incredible.